Jai Hind and welcome to Team MED The Futurist, and today's update is on Muhammad Yunus and his provocative remarks against India about our northeastern region. Now, this chief advisor of Bangladesh interim government recently made some remarks during his own visit to China, urging Beijing to expand its economic influence in Bangladesh. He highlighted that our seven states in the northeastern region, often referred to as Seven Sisters, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Tripura, are landlocked, positioning Bangladesh as the only guardian of the ocean for the region. Now, Yunus framed this as an invitation for China to establish an economic and potentially strategic foothold in Bangladesh, a move that has certainly raised eyebrows and fueled criticism among every Indian. Let's first understand the context and statements in the beginning of the video. Yunus made these comments in Beijing during his 4-day visit ending around March 31st. Now, he emphasized the geographical isolation of India's northeastern states, noting they lack direct sea access, and pitched Bangladesh as a critical gateway to the ocean. I quote, seven states of India, eastern part of India, called Seven Sisters, they are a landlocked region of India. They have no way to reach out to the ocean, he said. He then extended an olive branch to China, suggesting Bangladesh could serve as an extension for Chinese interests, a statement laden with geopolitical undertones. All I can say is that Bangladesh, where elections are just well rehearsed theatre, now is gearing up to kind of speak or lecture on behalf of India on our strategic affairs. I mean, a fish teaching bird how to fly. Now, what are the economic deals associated to it? Now, this visit was not just rhetorical. Bangladesh secured commitments for approximately 2.1 billion US dollars in Chinese investments, loans, and grants. What are the key projects? It includes the modernization of Mongola Port, 400 million US dollars, the Chinese Economic and Industrial Zone at Chattogram, 350 million US dollars, and additional technical assistance, that's 150 million US dollars. Nearly 30 Chinese firms pledged 1 billion US dollars for the Chinese Economic and Industrial Zone, signaling a deepening economic entanglement with China as per BSS, Bangladesh Sangbad Sangta reports. Now, Yunus' overture to China reeks of opportunism and betrayal, threatening our regional stability and our own security interests. I will tell you why this move can certainly be a hostile act. Now, the strategic encirclement. India has long viewed China's growing presence in its neighborhood via initiatives like BRI, Belt and Road Initiative, as an attempt to encircle it. Now, Bangladesh, historically reliant on India for trade and security, now cozying up to China under Yunus' leadership. It could provide Beijing a strategic perch on India's eastern flank. Now, the northeast already is a sensitive region of our country due to insurgency and border disputes with China. Example, Arunachal Pradesh becoming more vulnerable if Bangladesh pivots into China's orbit. Now, second, exploiting India's geography. Yunus' emphasis on Seven Sisters' landlocked status is not a neutral observation, it's a calculated jab. By framing Bangladesh as the only guardian of the ocean, he implies India's dependence on Bangladesh for northeastern trade routes like the Chittagong port access India has sought. Now, this could be leveraged to extract concessions or worse, to choke India's access in favor of China, undermining decades of Indo-Bangladesh cooperation. Third, undermining regional trust. Now, Bangladesh's interim government led by Yunus since the ousting of Ms. Sheikh Hasina is in August 2024 was expected to stabilize the country and not to stir such kind of regional tensions. His Beijing rhetoric, coupled with reported outreach to even Pakistan, another Indian adversary, suggests a deliberate shift away from India friendly policies. Now, this erodes trust built over years, especially after India's support during Bangladesh 1971 liberation and recent economic aid. Now, what is this Yunus doing? Yunus is gambling Bangladesh sovereignty for short term gains. China's investments often come with strings, debt traps, as seen in Sri Lanka and Pakistan. By inviting China to expand, Yunus may be selling out Bangladesh's autonomy, turning it into a pawn in China's game against India rather than fostering an independent growth. Their remarks coincide with heightened US China trade tensions, including Trump's looming tariffs set for announcement on April 2nd, 2025. Yunus' alignment with China at this critical juncture could also signal Bangladesh picking sides in global rivalry, complicating India's efforts to balance its own US and regional relationships. China is certainly welcome to invest in Bangladesh, but what exactly is the significance of our 7 Indian states being landlocked? Who is he? Not even a PM, right? So now my analysis on this, on the broader implication in today's geopolitics. Everyone desires to be a negotiator or a power broker. Yunus' narrative casts Bangladesh as a kind of regional power broker, but we argue it's a facade for his own weakness. By cozying up to China, he certainly risks alienating India, a neighbor with far more tangible influence over Bangladesh's economy and security. Now, the our 7 sisters, are not landlocked, and neither are military and economic might. If Bangladesh becomes a conduit for Chinese expansion, say through port, militarization, or economic leverage over the Northeast, it could face backlash from trade restrictions to diplomatic isolation. In this light, Yunus' invitation to China is not just naive, it's a reckless gambit that paints Bangladesh as a willing tool in China's anti-India playbook, sacrificing long-term stability for fleeting gains. The guardian of the ocean might soon find itself adrift, caught between two giants it can't fully appear. Mark my words. I hope you found this video informative. If yes, do share it to maximum people. Do subscribe to our channel and do hit a like button. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.